Hello everybody and welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm doing another update of Star Valley International Airport, which is my fictional airport. Today's update features a complete remodel of Star Valley International Airport, given that it's been 3 years since the last one, and this brings us to the 4th season of Star Valley since I began this series 6 years ago. Apart from that, let's just get straight into the update and I'll go into more details of the remodel as we go along. Starting off the update, we have Tadom Illusion IL62M. He's departing at Bucharest out to Penn here in 30 minutes on one of 3 weekly flights. Next up, we have a Pan American World Airways Boeing 707. He arrived in from New York John F. Kennedy about 30 minutes ago, and he is scheduled for departure out to London Heathrow here in an hour and a half. Next up, we have an Emirates Airbus A340-500. He's making the once daily flight out to Dubai here in 15 minutes. Next up, we have an Austrian Airlines Airbus A330-200. He arrived in from Vienna about an hour ago, and he's scheduled for departure back out to Vienna here in 45 minutes. Next up, we have a June Airways Airbus A340-300 operating for Air France today. He is operating one of 2 daily flights out to Paris Charles de Gaulle, and he is the earlier of the 2 flights. He will be departing out to Paris Charles de Gaulle here in 30 minutes time. Moving towards the end of this side of the concourse, here we have the KLM Boeing 747-400 Combi. He's operating one of 2 daily flights out to Amsterdam Schiphol, and he will be departing out to Amsterdam here in an hour and 15 minutes. Now would be a good time to explain the characteristics of Concourse B. Concourse B has 14 gates, with 5 being dedicated to Delta and 1 being dedicated to Northwest. All the other gates are free reign for any airlines. It doesn't matter. And that is a characteristic of Concourse B, and it is definitely a step up from the old Concourse. Well, it switched from A to B, but the old version of Star Valley where we only had 8 gates. So this is definitely an improvement and allows for more flexibility with our flight schedules. Moving to our Northwest gate here at Concourse B, we have Northwest Airlines Airbus A330-300. He arrived in from Minneapolis-St. Paul on a repositioning flight about an hour ago, and he's scheduled for departure out to London Heathrow here in an hour and 15 minutes. Next up, we have a Delta Airlines McDonnell Douglas MD-11 in the Ron Allen color scheme. He arrived in from Frankfurt, Germany about an hour ago, and he's scheduled for departure out to Sao Paulo here in 30 minutes. Next up, we have a Delta Airlines Airbus A330-300. He arrived in from Barcelona 2 hours ago, and he's scheduled for departure out to Brussels here in 30 minutes. Next up, we have another Delta Airlines Airbus A330-300. He arrived in from Paris Charles de Gaulle 2 hours ago, and he's scheduled for departure out to Amsterdam Schiphol here in an hour's time. And finally, for Concourse B, we have a Delta Airlines Boeing 767-400ER in the Ron Allen color scheme. He arrived in from Berlin about an hour and a half ago, and he's scheduled for the turn out to Prague in the Czech Republic in an hour and a half. Starting off Concourse A today, we have a Delta Connection CRJ-200. He arrived in from Charlottesville, Virginia about an hour ago, and he's scheduled for departure out to Lynchburg, Virginia here in 5 minutes. Lynchburg is actually a new route for the summer season, and we hope to continue that through the winter season. However, it's just a summer seasonal route for now. Concourse A is home to Delta Airlines and Northwest Airlines here at Star Valley International Airport. They work in tandem together to create a really big route network out of Star Valley, and we're super excited to have both of them lined up together here at Concourse A. In the previous version of Star Valley, we had them both at different terminals. However, in this version, we have combined their lineups together into one huge 14-gate concourse called Concourse A. It's great to have them here together, and I'm super excited for what the future has for them. Next up, we have a Delta Connection Embraer ERJ-170 in the wavy gravy color scheme. He arrived in from Greensboro, North Carolina 25 minutes ago, and he is scheduled for departure out to Cincinnati in 20 minutes. Next up, we have a Northwest Airlines Douglas DC-930 in the final color scheme. He arrived in from Roanoke, which has now been upgraded to Northwest and their DC-9s, and he'll be departing out to Traverse City. Next up, we have a Delta Connection CRJ-900. He arrived in from Raleigh-Durham 30 minutes ago, and he is scheduled for departure at the Washington Reagan National Airport here in 15 minutes. We've arrived at Gate Alpha 8, which is the only wide-body capable gate here at Concourse A. It is designed specifically for Delta Airlines and their 767-300s, however can be used by any wide-body that parks here at Concourse A. This is primarily for domestic flights. There's no international customs processing in Concourse A. However, they can be international departures from this gate, which is exactly what this Delta 767 is going to do. He arrived in from Los Angeles to LAX an hour ago, and he's departing out to Dublin and Ireland in an hour. Next up, we have a Northwest Airlines McDonnell Douglas MD-82. He arrived in from Minneapolis-St. Paul 30 minutes ago, and he's scheduled for departure at the Detroit Metropolitan Wayne County Airport in 45 minutes. Here we have a Delta Airlines Airbus A319. He arrived in from Orlando in Florida, and he will be departing out to Chicago O'Hare in 15 minutes. Here we have a Delta Airlines McDonnell Douglas MD-88. He arrived in from Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport 30 minutes ago, and he's scheduled for departure back out there in 30 minutes time. And finally, for Concourse A, we have a Delta Airlines Boeing 737-900ER. He arrived in from Salt Lake City in Utah about an hour ago, and he's scheduled for departure to Seattle, Tacoma in 5 minutes. Just taxiing between Concourses A and B, we have a Delta Airlines Boeing 757-200. He's arriving in from Anchorage, Alaska, and he will be departing out to Bozeman, Montana in an hour's time. Here's an overview shot of Runway 24 and the surrounding taxiways. This makes it a bit easier to visualize the next models that are coming up. That we have on the left side is the taxiways coming from the international gates, Concourses A and B. And on the right side, we have cargo and Concourse C taxiways. And with the middle, Runway 24, which is not changed from the previous version, Runway 24, will be sticking with us in this version of Star Valley. So apart from that, we're just going to get straight back into it. Here we have a new model. This is the Air Canada Airbus A320 on the right side of Runway 24, second in line for departure. He's departing out to Vancouver, which is a new route for Air Canada. It'll be operated by the Tango A320s. Previously, we only had Toronto twice daily on the E175s. However, the Air Canada A320 Tangos will be operating to Vancouver and Toronto. Toronto is going 3 times daily and Vancouver is 1 time daily. So this Air Canada A320 will be departing out to Vancouver as soon as the other aircraft in front of him depart. In front of the Tango A320, we have a Northwest Douglas DC-950. He's going to be departing out to Cedar Rapids, and he arrived in from Indianapolis. Just arriving in on runway 24, we have a Delta Airlines McDonnell Douglas MD-11. He's arriving in from Budapest in Hungary, and he'll be departing out to Lisbon. Crossing runway 24 now, we have a Southwest 737-700 in the Tennessee 1 livery. He's waiting for departure out to Dallas Love Field. Taxiing departure behind the Southwest, we have a FedEx Boeing 767-300ER. He arrived in from Memphis, Tennessee 10 hours ago, and he's departing back out there. Starting off Concourse C, which consists of 8 gates, we have an American Airlines 737-800 in the flagship Freedom livery. He will be departing at Dallas Fort Worth here in 30 minutes, and he arrived in from there 30 minutes previously. Next, we have an American Airlines Airbus A321neo. He arrived in from Phoenix Sky Harbor an hour ago, and he is scheduled for departure to Miami in 10 minutes. This is an upgrade on the route for the FIFA World Cup. Typical Miami is on a CRJ 700. And finally, for American, we have an American Eagle CRJ 700 in the old color scheme. He arrived in from Charlotte Douglas International Airport 30 minutes ago, and he is scheduled for departure back out there in 15 minutes. Taxiing to the empty gate next to that American 737-800, we have a Spirit Airbus A320. He is arriving in from Fort Lauderdale. Moving to United, we have a United Express CRJ 200 in the Battleship Gray color scheme. He arrived in from Newark EWR 10 minutes ago, and he is scheduled for departure out to Washington Dulles in 30 minutes. Following up, here we have a United Express Embraer ERJ 175 in the old color scheme. He arrived in from Chicago O'Hare, and he'll be departing back out there in 15 minutes. And finally, for Concourse C, we have a Eastern Airlines Douglas DC-912. He is operating the flight out to Pittsburgh here in 20 minutes, which is the only route Eastern serves from Star Valley. Moving to cargo, we have a FedEx Boeing 757-200. He's going to be operating a flight out to Indianapolis in 3 hours' time. Next up, we have a UPS Boeing 767-300 freighter. He's going to be operating a flight out to Louisville in 5 hours' time. And finally, for this update, we have a UPS Airbus A300. He's going to be departing out to Seymour Johnson Air Force Base on a civilian military contractor charter. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy the new iteration of Star Valley International Airport. Any suggestions, leave a comment down below and I'll get back to you. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Bye.